With 1,425,000,000 inhabitants, the People's Republic of China is the second most populous country on Earth, right behind India. This means that more than 17% of the world's population lives in China. The Chinese government has tried to control population growth in the past by introducing the one-child policy, which was in effect until 2015. However, the population density is 145 inhabitants per square kilometer, which is lower than in the UK, for example. However, China's population is very unevenly distributed. The coastal areas and the east are the most densely populated, while the west and north of the country are comparatively sparsely populated. The so-called Haihe-Tenchong line divides China into two relatively equal areas. Yet about 94% of today's population lives east of this imaginary line. This difference is at least partly due to the geographical location and the difficult living conditions in these regions. A look at the satellite image, for example, shows that western China consists mainly of mountains, the Himalayas and the Tibetan Plateau, Tian Shan and Altai, and deserts such as the Gobi Desert and Taklamakan, the second largest sand desert on Earth. On the other hand, population density is particularly high in the east, especially in the Great Plain, along the Yangtze River, in the Red Basin, and around the Pearl River Delta. The largest metropolitan area are Shanghai, with about 25 million inhabitants, the capital Beijing, with 21 million inhabitants, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Chengdu, Tianjin, and Chongqing, all with more than 10 million people each. Various densely populated areas are grouped and developed by the Chinese government as mega-regions. The three largest are the Yangtze River Delta with over 150 million inhabitants. In the north, the Jing-Jin-Ji megalopolis with over 130 million inhabitants, and the Guangdong mega-region around the Pearl River Delta with 70 million people. Numerous different peoples live in the People's Republic of China. The most important ethnic group is Han Chinese, who make up just over 90% of the total population. The rest is made up of more than 50 different ethnic minorities. The largest ethnic minority in terms of numbers, at around 18 million, are the Zhuang, a Thai people who live mainly in the autonomous region of Guangxi in southern China. The west and southwest of China in particular have the highest concentration of ethnic minorities. They make up almost 2/3 of the population there. In Tibet live Tibetans, who speak a Sino-Tibetan language, and in Xinjiang live Uyghurs, a Turkic-speaking and Muslim people. Besides, by the way, Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, and Mongolian are spoken, which is also widespread in Inner Mongolia. Korean, Miao, and various Mon Khmer languages can also be listed. The official language of China is Mandarin, also known as High Chinese, which is spoken by about 70% of the population as their first language. It is mainly spoken in the north and east, but is now taught as a common language at all schools in the country. In addition, numerous other Chinese dialects or languages are spoken. For example, Cantonese, also known as Yue, spoken by about 70 million people in Hong Kong and parts of the south, among others. Wu, spoken in the estuary of the Yangtze River, which includes Shanghai dialect. Min, which includes numerous varieties including Hokkien, spoken on the mainland and in Taiwan, or Hakka and some other variants. Because the Chinese government is atheistic and has tried in the past to limit the influence of religions on society, a large minority of Chinese today are officially considered to have no religion. However, various forms of Chinese folk beliefs, which combine different elements, are widespread. In addition, the 5 largest religions in China are Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, Islam, and Confucianism. Buddhism came to China from India and is now particularly strong in Tibet and parts of the north. Islam is widespread in the northwest, but is also practiced by the Hui. In the rest of the country, popular beliefs are widespread, and the borders to Buddhism, Taoism, or Confucianism, which is based on the teaching of Confucius and is therefore also considered a philosophy, are fluid. Christianity has gained importance in China in the last decades, and numerous churches are located especially in the big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. And here ends the brief overview on the population of China. Thanks for watching, and till next time.